Niech żyje Polska! Ura! Niech żyje Polska! Ura!
We are portraying soldiers of the Wielkopolska division of the Polish army in 1920. We are a division that consists of Polish soldiers who formerly served in the German army in World War I, who, after the armistice was signed in 1918, formed the new corps of the new Polish army in 1918. So, the Brest-Litovsk Treaty in 1918 had given Germany all these territories in Eastern Europe. After the armistice, this was completely untenable, undefendable. So the new frontier in Belarus and Ukraine formed the new border of the new Second Polish Republic, and we were the ones tasked with defending that from the Bolshevik Red Army attacking from the east. The Bolsheviks were intent on spreading communism into Germany, France, Britain, and beyond. And had it not been for soldiers of the Polish army in 1920 who stopped the Bolshevik advance at the Battle of Warsaw, the world as we know it may have been communist from 1920 onwards. So that is the effect of Polish bravery and courage in 1920 against the seemingly unstoppable Red Army. I'm Gefreiter Piotr Krzyżynski. I'm 22 years old. I served in the Polish army starting in 1918. I signed up at the minute I heard that Poland had received its independence. This is my friend Tadeusz, and this is Rafał. Together we've killed many Bolsheviks. They fear us. They call us the Horned Devils because of these bolts on our helmets. We use German weapons and German uniforms, but we've changed them. We've added new insignia. The red and white of the Polish flag, and the squiggles, the Polish Wężyki. So a Gefreiter like me would have carried a sidearm. This is the P08 Luger Pistola Parabellum. This is the Gewehr 98. So exactly what we would have been issued in the German army in 1918, we would also receive from the same arsenals as Polish soldiers. So exact same operation. The Wielkopolska division in 1920 was among the best outfitted, trained, and equipped in the new Polish army. Whereas newer divisions formed inside of Warsaw when the Bolsheviks were surrounding the city were oftentimes much more ramshackle. They could have been issued with American tunics, French tunics, Austrian rifles, French rifles. You could have a dozen different calibers of rifles in one single unit. It was a logistical nightmare. And just the fact that the Poles were still able to hold off the Red Army and win the day is nothing less than astounding. Alright, so this one on the right, it shows soldiers of the Wielkopolska division. They're holding back a fence. And on the other side is a whole horde of communists and anarchists. And it says, "To help. Everything for the front. Everyone to the front." It's showing the desperation of 1920. It was a very tense situation. Men were deserting, men were running away from the front, and the fact that the Poles still won is nothing short of astounding. This one says, "To arms. Join into the volunteer army." And this one again shows a brave Wielkopolska soldier fighting against the Hydra of communism. In this one, we come to a little bit more controversial part of the Polish Bolshevik War. In 1920, your average Pole would have been suspicious of two things: communism and Judaism. In many nationalist Polish minds, Judaism and communism were one and the same. So even though that most Jews were very patriotic about Polish nationalism, they still were viewed as suspicious by the Polish people. So this one says, "Again, Jewish pause? No, not ever." And it's showing a Jewish communist destroying a Polish church. In this one, it says, "The freedom of the Bolshevik." This is Leon Trotsky, war commissar of the Politburo and commander of the Red Army. It depicts him as a sort of evil red devil, accompanied by communist Cheka secret police. You can see this theorized mass death of the Polish people, which would have been a reality had the Bolsheviks won. And it was a reality in 1939 when the communists did eventually take over the country. We are the Wielkopolska Rifle Regiment, number 6, or 64th in the Polish army. Here we have a Bolshevik prisoner of war. We captured him somewhere in between Belarus and the Polish border. Towarzyszy, bracie, my, towarzyszy, żołnierze Wielkopolskiej Dywizji Strachliwych Pól Piechoty, my będziemy powiedzieć nad bolszewicką jarzmą. Niech żyje Polska! Ura!
Niech żyje Polska! Ura! Niech żyje Polska! Ura!